G'day guys, my name is Marty, aka CrypticExistence, and this gameplay is absolutely mental. Search and Destroy, I go 19-2 and I'm playing in League, so sit down and enjoy. So guys, today I'm running my AN94 with stock and reflex, perks, lightweight, hardline, toughness, dexterity, extreme conditioning, a combination I do not recommend unless you're going to really rush and be really aggressive, and that's not something you really do in Search and Destroy. This was one of my hardpoint classes, so I stuffed up loading up this game, and hence why my streaks are a little bit high too. I'm running the Hellstorm Lightning and AGR. I don't hit the AGR. In Search and Destroy, that's just completely ridiculous to run such a high streak, but meh, what can you do? I accidentally loaded it, and I still did really well, so I was really happy with the outcome. Today I don't want to spend too much time talking about the game. I actually want to talk about a really cool story. A little while ago, I used to manage hotels, and when I say a little while, it's probably gone back about 5 years. Look, I started in bar, I attended drinks, I worked in a restaurant, I served food, I then moved into like a gaming room environment. So for all those international listeners, if there are many of you out there, what our gaming rooms are is essentially they're pokie machines, slot machines, they're gambling machines. You put money in a machine, you take a bet, you either win or you lose. Now, I worked in the industry, I know what they're like, I know what they're built for, and they're built for you to lose, okay? So if you're listening to this and think, I'm going to go gamble, no, look, I highly do not recommend that, because that's a really bad decision. After being on the floor of gaming machines, I ended up moving on to like a shift supervisor, onto the gaming room manager as well. Eventually I moved into like a duty manager role and managed a hotel at one point with like 30-something staff. So that was 30-something staff in my gaming room, so close to 60-something in total. Now, I know what gaming machines are built like. So the highest paying one in our whole venue was paying 90 cents to every dollar. Now, that's an average, right? So if you think you're going to put $1 in and win 90 cents, that's not how it works, okay? But if you put $1 million in, you'll probably pull out 900,000, okay? So with gaming machines, I know they're geared to lose. So one time it was going on the end of one of my shifts, and I think I had about 2 hours to go, and one of my regulars actually won a really big jackpot in our venue. It was about $2.5 grand, and he was a regular that would always pop in. It was a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it was a weekday, and not a lot of people were floating around, so it was always good to see our regulars floating around, because they're the kind of people that make you actually want to go back to work. I hated the job because I hated taking money from people, and that's how I made money. Essentially, that's what the hotel business is. But look, whatever floats your boat, you don't bet money in a machine expecting to win. You expect it to lose. So, look, one of the regs pulled out a really big win. On the end of my shift, I ended up swinging by his machine that he was sitting on, and I just wished him good luck and that I'd see him next week. So he actually asked, well, he was really appreciative, because, look, yeah, I worked in this pub for about 2.5 years, saw him every week. You kind of get close to your regulars, and he actually really appreciated me and how I treated him. So he actually asked if I was going to grab a couple of drinks on the way home. I said, no, not really. Gave me $20 and said, look, grab a couple on me then. So I ended up swinging by the local pub. Another local pub actually had pokie machines as well, and I walked up to the bar, ordered a couple bourbon and cokes, and was going to sit down and have a couple drinks and just, you know, pretty much throw the rest of the money into the machines and just get rid of it. But I bumped into one of the people that I used to manage, and she was working behind the bar, and she said, look, take them, they're on me. If you put them in the machine, it's fine. So by them I mean the cash, not the drinks, because that'd be awkward. Yeah, so I go ahead and put the $20 in a machine, sit down with my bourbons, and start playing. Now, jackpots can be spread over a whole bunch of machines and things. And this night, it was close to about 2 or 3 in the morning by the time I got here. I was sort of clicking away. $20 doesn't last you long, so I wasn't paying much attention. And I was actually talking to one of my ex-colleagues, and she, the next thing I sort of realised, I heard a lot of music and things, and I look over at my screen, and I'd won $9,980. That is a shitload of money for a 19-year-old to win. It was 2 or 3 in the morning. It was a ridiculous hour of the night. There's about 5 people in this gaming room, and when I turned to see my computer screen, or the screen for the pokey, showing that I'd won that cash, I let rip with the biggest fuck yeah. And this was in a tiny little venue. Everyone was just staring at me going, who is this freak? So yeah, that night was epic. I ended up swinging by work again. I waited for a couple people to finish their graveyard shifts. We ended up hitting the Melbourne casino. I was walking around the floor. I was a mess. I got so drunk, and I don't really drink at all anymore, but I got wasted. I've never been that drunk before, and I was in Australia we have rules that you can only take a certain amount of money in cash. So I only ended up taking I think it was about $480 in cash. I got $9.5 in a check. And I took that to the casino. I have never drunk so much in my life. I shouted drinks for everyone there. There was about 4 of us. All of us got wasted, and the next morning when I got home, I had it was close to $2,500 in cash in my wallet again. I was just betting money everywhere. So in the course of one night, I'd won like 12 grand. So yeah, that was a big night. Now, disclaimer, I don't condone gambling. Don't do it. It's stupid. You're gonna lose. But look, if you like the game, if you love the story, let me know. Hit a like. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and have a look at my previous video. It's me going to town in a hardpoint on Yemen, but I got disconnected. Anyway, like me on Facebook, follow on Twitter. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.